Hey everyone, bear with me today because my computer's acting up, so my camera keeps freezing, as is usual on this page. I'm going to go ahead and create, since I haven't been here in the longest time, a holiday look for you guys. I know I am going to use some limited edition products like my ColourPop All I See Is Magic, but I will link some colors that are similar in the description box so you can find something in your collection that you can use. So first things first, my face is moisturized. I'm going to go in with my Touch Glorious Primer from Younique. I do this before my eyes just because it's good for primer to sit on your face for 5 minutes before you go in with any face products. I know I've mentioned that before. So I'm going to put that in. And I tend to rub it into the parts of my skin that really are extra dry so that I don't, the foundation or BB cream won't stick to those parts. So try to focus it on that. Then we're going to go in and do the eyes. I'm going to go in with my NYX Shadow Base. Hey! My cat's trying to get into a gift bag over there. She is a troublemaker, what can I say? Then I'm going to go with my very dirty brushes because I haven't had time to clean them. But this is just a little flat shader brush, and I'm going to use that to put the primer on. Apply that all over the lid and blend it. You can also blend it with your finger, but I don't want to get my fingers dirty. And on the other side. And I just blend that to the brow bone since I do put product on the brow bone. I'm going to go in with a different palette to do my, to set that primer, and I'm going just with the Lorac Mega Pro 3, also limited edition. Can you tell I'm a sucker for limited edition? Like, gosh, I really need to be trained mentally to not give in to that limited edition BS. Because then nobody else can get it. So if I show something you guys like, it's like you gotta hunt for it on eBay or something. Then I'm going with the Real Techniques crease brush. Mine's all bent because I accidentally put my chair over it, so that was fun. And I'm going to go with this shade right here. It's called Big Spoon, and it's really just a burnt orange shade. And I'm going to pop that in the lid, or on the crease, not in the lid, on the crease. And I'm using windshield wiper motions and circle motions to blend that in, and I'm just using that as a transition shade. Blend that all the way. Grab a little more. And then I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing. If you feel you need more product, just grab a little bit more. Totally okay. I think now she's licking something. Hey, what are you doing? Just licking stuff. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with this top shade. It's like a warm brown, and it's called Go Wish. Pop that also in the crease, but I'm going to just bring it halfway through. I'm not going to bring it all the way in. So out of V in the crease. Just to further warm that up. And then I'm going with the Younique crease brush just to blend that out a little bit. Make it look smooth. And there's nothing on this brush. Same thing on the other side. I really like this palette. It's too bad it was limited edition. It came out like last year around the holidays. Okay. And then for the lid, I'm going to go with a fun color. It's called Twinkle Toes, and it's this green right here. It's kind of like a duochrome. I'm just going to take a brush like this, pop it in there, and apply that to the lid. Isn't that a fun color? It's definitely a duochrome. I feel like maybe Makeup Geek has something similar. I'll have to do some searching. but I want to say they have something similar to this. If you hear that fan going, that's my computer. Like, there's something wrong with it. It's really loud. Going on the other side. And I'm not like I'm not sweeping my brush. I'm just dabbing it to get that color to really stick. And sometimes if I can't get really close to the lash lines, I'll flip the brush this way. That way I can get that lower part. It just helps a little bit to get full pigmentation on the lids. Okay. If you feel like you need to clean up just on your lid a little bit, you can go back with this crease brush and just buff that color out. So now we're going to go with the face. I'm not really getting that fancy with multiple shadows today. And I'm going to start with my Benefit Point Concealer. And I'm going to go with another brush like this. And this is from Shani. It's a big set of brushes that I got on Amazon. And this one's just number 18. She's still messing around. And I'm going to focus this on the darkest part of my under eye. So right that inner corner right there. Just where that darkness kind of settles in. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And that's all I'm going to use of that one. And I'll set that down. And then I'm going to go with a beauty blender so you can see they're damp. And I'm just going to blend that out a little bit before I put my extreme concealer on. Okay. And for more concealer, I'm going to go with my Younique Mineral Touch Concealer in the shade Scarlet. And I'm just going to apply that with my finger. So shake that bottle because sometimes it settles. Hey, what? I don't know what she found there to play with. I'm just going to take that little bit amount, put that there and there, and that should be enough to cover your under eye circles if you have dark under eye circles. You really don't need a whole lot of that product. And then I'm going with that end again. And to blend with a beauty blender, you just push that product down on the skin gently. You can also use a brush or use your finger, whichever works best for you. Can you hear that troublemaker? Like, she a mess. What could I say? Okay. For my face, I'm going to go with my BB cream. BB Flawless from Younique in the shade Cream. This is the lightest color they have. Just take a little bit. This stuff is amazing. Like, you don't need a whole lot of it. If you have dry skin or if you have skin that doesn't really need to cover a whole lot, I totally recommend this thing. I used to try a ton of like drugstore BB creams and they all sucked because it was just like a moisturizer with barely any color to it. But this actually provides coverage. Like, look at the difference between the concealer and the BB cream. There isn't a whole lot. If you want fuller coverage, if you have this BB cream or any BB cream, what you could do is mix in a little bit of your concealer, and that'll help give you a little bit more coverage. So I'm going to go with just a little bit more. Then I'm going to set all of that, and what I've been using is, hey, Luna. I really don't know what she found. She's really intrigued. So to set it, I'm using the Pacifica Mineral Neutralizing Mattifier Powder. This powder is okay. It's not like amazing, but it's okay. So I'm going to take an angled brush for my under eyes and then a beauty blender. What I do with the beauty blender is dab before I apply so that it actually gets that concealer out of my creases. It still goes back because I have crazy creases, but this I feel kind of helps. And then I go in with the powder. If you want, you can also bake. I can't bake because it just sits in my lines. It doesn't matter. And if I bake, it just looks really gross. So I don't bake. I'm about to kick her out. She's being so loud. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Then I'm going to go with a big powder brush like this. This one's just from e.l.f. It was like $3. And then I am going to contour just a tiny little bit. I'm not going to go real crazy. If you are going for that more dramatic look, like if you're going to go out for the holidays or something like that, you can contour a little bit longer. Hold on, I have hair in my eye. It's driving me insane. Anyways, I'm going to use a brush like this. This came in a kit from Sephora that I got like last year. Then I'm using the Tarte Tarteist Pro Glow and the shade Sculpt right here. This is the powder. And I'm just going to take the angle of this, so the very edge. Contour just a tiniest bit to make my face not so fat. Then I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer, and I'm going with the Beachfront Bronzer from Younique, and this is in the shade Malibu. It's two-toned. I just mix both of them, and then I take a smaller powder brush like that. And I'm going to focus it on this outer part, and I'm going to bring it up to the forehead. Then for blush, I'm going with a Real Techniques brush and my iSOCiETY blush in Ladybug. I really love this shade. It's kind of like a terracotta red almost. It's really pretty. If you have dark skin, this would be beautiful on you. I have to go very light-handed. And I'm just going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks and blend. I blend that towards the bronzer like that. Really light hand. So there's that. And then one more step for my cheeks, and then we'll move on. If I could do that. I'm going to go with a Younique Cream to Powder Luminizer. It's in the shade Benevolent. And I think I've shown this before, but I just apply it with my ring finger. It's the easiest thing for me. Make sure your finger is clean. And I just apply it right up here. If you want to, you can bring it down the bridge of your nose. I tend not to do that because I tend to rub my nose. But just like that. And if you want extra glam, you can go back to that Tarte Pro Glow palette. And I'm going to pick the shade Strobe, that one up there. And then I'm just getting a brush like this, fan brush. And you're just going to apply that over top. And that just gives you a little extra glowiness. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but... Okay, now we are gonna set, actually we're gonna do brows and then set everything. I'm gonna go with my original Lorac Pro palette, all about multi-using palettes. I'm going with the shade Espresso, this one right here that has that big dent. I'm gonna fill my brows in with this. I don't need a whole lot to fill them in because my brows are really dark. But it kind of helps give them a different look. Can you tell the difference? Like just a little bit goes a long way. Then I'm going to brush them through with a spoolie. This one's also from that Shiny kit, but everyone has a spoolie. You know, all brands make these. Brush that product through. I'm going in with the Essence Make Me Brow in Brownie Brow, I think it's called. This is just a gel, and it has some fibers in it to make your brows look even thicker. Like that. And then I'm going to go with an angled eye brush. And I liked the angled ones just because they make it easier to apply right there on your brow bone. And I'm going to go to my Mega Pro. I'm trying to pan some of these colors. But I'm going to go with the pink cream. It looks like there's nothing in there, but there really is a little bit in there. This is like a matte pink shade, pink vanilla. I'm just going to apply that as my brow bone. Kind of helps clean up the area too. And then I'm going to put some in the inner corner as well. It helps kind of brighten up that inner corner. Can you see? Step that I'm going to do that most people might do differently is I like to set my makeup now before I do any liner, mascara, or lipstick, just because if I set it after my mascara, I end up getting raccoon eyes and I ruin the whole thing. So I do it before then. If you have a cool trick mascara under your eyes, let me know because I don't know. I'm using the Urban Decay Chill just to set. And today I'm really not going to do liner on the top lashes. I'm just going to do the waterline, and I'm using my Younique Moodstruck Precision liner. I can never say that word for some reason. And this is just in the shade black. It's really called Perfect, but it's black. And I'm just going to use that on my waterline. If you want to go for a funner look, you can also do green on the bottom, the waterline. It'll look very pretty. Or you can do, if you want to brighten, you can use a nude one, and that'll brighten your under eyes. You can also go with white, but white's a little more dramatic, so I'm going to opt for that. Now I'm going to take this tiny tiny little brush, and I'm going to go back to my palette. Where did I leave it? And I'm going to go back to that green that I showed you, that duochrome, and I'm going to put it under the eyes. And I didn't go all the way in, if you can tell. I just stopped kind of like right there. Just helps bring the look together. Then for mascara, I'm going to go with my Moodstruck Epic Mascara. I love this mascara. I'm kind of running low, so I need to get a new one. So here we go. And the way I apply my mascara is I do zigzags at the very start of the lash, and then I pull it through. So you're not doing zigzag motions the whole time. It's just at the very bottom. Also, the key to make sure your lashes don't look clumpy is if you're going to put another coat, do it right away. Don't let that mascara dry. That's a mistake I used to make. Let the mascara dry and then it'd look like super clumpy and gross. I'll do another coat. Like that. And then we're going to move on to the lips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with a little bit of concealer. Again, the Mineral Touch. And apply just a tiniest bit to my lips. And this is going to help, because I'm going to use a red lipstick. It's going to help keep that product on there. So I'm going to go with a Maybelline lip liner. This is in the shade Red. This one's really old, so I don't know if the packaging even looks like that anymore or not. But I'm going to use this to line my lips. So lining your lips helps the lipstick stay on longer, and it prevents it from bleeding out of your lips. So I don't like just to line it and then use the lipstick to fill in. I like to fill in with the lip liner. It adds an extra level of color, and it makes your lipstick last longer. And then the final touch, I'm going to use the Younique Opulence lipstick in the shade Stinkin Rich. And it's just a true red. I applied directly from the tube. Some people don't like to do that. You can use a lip brush if you want, but I just apply it directly from the tube. And there you go. That's the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.